And got to thank VTV, the folks at Strata, providing our video stream, or the video at least, producing the video for us. And so we may have a little bit of things, just like you may have noticed just a moment ago during the national anthem, some commercials playing while we heard the national anthem. We may be out of sync just a little bit at times between what you're hearing and what you're seeing on the screen. But I want to thank the folks at VTV for providing that video production for us here. Well, that'll give us multiple angles, plus the high definition video. There you go, right there, as we see as a close-up on the Parowan Rams football team. Now, let's take a quick look at these two teams as they head to center field for the coin toss, the captains to meet. The Duchesne Eagles come into this game at 9-1. They went 3-0 in the 1A North. They faced three 3A opponents and a 2A opponent as well. They went 3-4 or 3-1 against those four teams. They went 6-0 in region or in 1A play against 1A opponents. The Eagles have 6 state championships under the belts, and if you've followed 1A football at all in the last few years, you know from 2010 to 2013, the Eagles won 4 state titles in a row, 48 consecutive wins, still a Utah high school football record, 48 consecutive wins. Eagles took it in 06. They took it just last year in 2016, the win over Kanab. And this is an Eagles team that didn't graduate a whole lot. They graduated a couple of their linemen and I think a tight end in Chad Lewis, and that may be just about it for this Eagles team. Most recently, last week, they beat Monticello 33-8 in the quarterfinal round at home. Now, a couple other quick items about Duchesne. No 1A opponent scored more than 2 times against them this season. Milford scored 12 points. That's the highest scoring output against Duchesne from any team in 1A. Also, Duchesne outscored their 1A opponents 141-34. That's an average of 24-6. Thirdly, Duchesne's offense runs 55.5 plays per game. Now, I don't know if that means a whole lot to you unless I put it into more context. The average team in 1A, the average team this year ran 46 plays per game. So Duchesne is averaging almost 10 plays more per game than its opponents. That gives its offense more opportunities to score. It keeps the opposing offense off the field, limits their opportunities to score. This is a Duchesne Eagles team that's a big key because they don't make mistakes. They don't turn the ball over. They don't cough it up. They don't give it away. And so when your offense doesn't have the ball against Duchesne, you're going to be having a hard time if you can't slow them down, or at least stop them, or at least slow them down. That's the Duchesne Eagles. The Parowan Rams come in as the number 2 team from the South. They've had a fantastic year, 8-2. Their only losses were against 2A Millard, a 14-13 loss early in the season, and a 54-18 loss versus Milford in what was essentially the 3A or the 1A South Region Championship, and that was a tough one. Milford beat them 54-18. Now, prior to that game, Parowan had been shutting down its opponents. In fact, it went 4 straight weeks with shutouts against Calvary Chapel, Nevada, Layton Christian, Rich, and Wayne. 4 consecutive shutouts, and Parowan even giving up that 54 points against Milford, the number 1 defensive team in 1A football. They also have the number 1 offense in football, averaging 39, almost 40 points per game, 39.9 to be exact. A couple other things about the Parowan Rams. Opponents have scored more than 2 touchdowns just 1 time. That's all season long. Even Millard scored just 2 touchdowns. The only team that scored more than twice against Parowan, Milford, a 54-18 win 2 weeks ago. Also for the Rams, 5 shutouts this week, and if you take out that 54 points that they allowed against Milford, the defense has allowed 37 points total this season. That's 4.1 points per game. This is a Milford team that's number 1 in Utah 1A offense, number 1 in Utah 1A defense. They have been very good this year. They will get the ball to start this first half, and we are underway in the semifinals as the Duchesne Eagles kick it off. Fielded, nope, it's through the hands, and we've got some wet conditions. It's been raining this morning. Picking it up, going left side, and nowhere to go. The Eagles cover perfectly as the Rams get a very short return. And I believe it was Jacob Matheson had it go through his hands. They faked a reverse, and Matheson went left side. Didn't get very far. Just underway, first quarter action. Our game today is our broadcast today is brought to you in part by Ellingford Brothers, farmers and ranchers for the best quality cement troughs, custom-built critter ladders, abutments, and wings. Call Ellingford Brothers in Evanston, Wyoming, 307-789-1515. Here's the snap, give right up the gut to big Porter Miller, and he doesn't get much. Line of scrimmage was the 7. He gets half a yard maybe. And Porter Miller, the top running back in all of 1A football, 1,393 yards this season, averages 9.7 yards per carry. You get the mylocalradio.com scoreboard up there for you if you're tuned in on mylocalradio.com, KSL, Deseret Digital. 3 in the backfield behind Porter Wood on a 2nd down and 9. Give left side. Miller this time has some room to run. He's around the left side, runs over one Duchesne tackler, then he's pushed out just short of the first down out at about the 16-yard line. And Porter Miller, as I was mentioning, 9.7 yards per carry. That first one went for about a half a yard. The second one closer to his average. And that brings up a 3rd down and short as Miller picks up 8. He was the leading rusher in all of 1A Utah football. Here's the snap. Porter Wood keeps it himself, dives, follows those big boys up front, and it looks like the Rams will move the chains. Every team in 1A has faced off against each other this season except the Parowan Rams and the Duchesne Eagles. These teams, this is the first time they've met this year. And I think going through most of the season, a lot of folks taking nothing away from Milford or Kanab, the other two opponents, the other two teams in the semifinals. Wood heaves it down the right sideline. He's got his man and just misses wide to the outside. Just off target. Pass was intended for Trevor Bassett, who doesn't have a lot of receptions this year. But when he's caught it, it's gone for a long ways. 46-yard average for Bassett. Second down and 10. Parowan Rams deep in their own territory at the 18-yard line. Pitch out right side to the speed man, Ethan Guyman, and he tries to hesitate, find a block, and he doesn't get anywhere. Slicing in for the tackle is Cade Lamborn, a Rich Rebel transfer to Duchesne about 3 years, maybe 4 years ago. He moved to Duchesne just before his freshman year, and Coach Jerry Cowan says that's the best gift that the Rebels have ever given the Duchesne Eagles. A 3rd down and 10, no gain on the play for Ethan Guyman, who averages 10.5 yards per carry. Whistles and a dead ball. Well, they'll stop it before the play starts. Looks like Weston Paulson has some equipment trouble, and he'll have to come off. That'll take one of the leading tacklers off the field for the Eagles. Wood gives left side. Miller runs over one, but he's not going to run over 2 or 3 more. Eagles with good gang tackling. And I know teams have game planned specifically for big Porter Miller. Coach Thane Marshall told me what they practiced was have the first guy hit him low, everybody else comes in high. You get him low, slow him down, and then hit him high and knock him down. That worked for Milford. A gain of 6 on the play, out to the 24. Brings up a 4th down and about 4 for the Rams, and they'll punt it away. Miller boots one high, just about blocked, and nobody back there. Duchesne did have Gavin Davis back to return, but punt sailed over his head. And the Rams down it at the Duchesne 35, so the Eagles will have good field position. To start their first drive. We'll see a lot of deception on the double wing T offense from the Duchesne Eagles. 9:13 left first quarter, no score on the mylocalradio.com scoreboard. Eagles generally run a pretty tight formation. They pass the ball about 19% of the time this season. Man in motion is Mortensen. Give to Paulson right up the middle. He bounces it outside and he's wrapped up, spun around out of bounds. Looked like he went down before he went out. Clock continues to run. First quarter action. And today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Bear Lake Realty. Visit bearlakerealty.com if you're looking for any real estate in the Bear Lake area. A gain of 6 for Paulson from the 35 out to the 41. Ball in the right hash. Give Paulson with some misdirection. Started left, went right, and the Rams are all over that one.
Number 22.
Paulson goes nowhere. May have lost a half a yard.
Loss of 1 on the play.
Ethan Murphy in on the tackle.
5 at the 40.
And a 3rd down and 5 at the 40-yard line for the Duchesne Eagle offense. Paulson, the deep back. Here's the snap. Give to Paulson, right side. Again, bottled up in the middle. He bounces outside, drives forward, close to a 1st down near the 45. He's driven back, but his progress put him right at the 45-yard line, and the spot will determine if the Eagles move the chains on their first possession. Good push on the right side of that line, and Paulson made a nice move to bounce it outside, pick up the 1st down, a 5-yard gain. And the Eagles. Fans right down below us, the Parowan fans for the most part out across the field on the visitors' side. Eagles move the chains. Ball remains on the right hash. And in motion is Mortensen. He gets the pitch around the left side, and he is sandwiched. Nowhere to go. It's like Porter Miller on the tackle.
Ball carrier number 2, Jaron Mortensen.
Jaron Mortensen with no gain, maybe loss of a half a yard.
Trey Jens. And number 74,
Trey Jens
Daniel Horton.
Also on the tackle. Daniel Horton in there as well. Brings up a 2nd and 10 for Duchesne. Near midfield, their own 45-yard line. No score on the mylocalradio.com scoreboard. Spencer takes the snap, quick spin, hands off up the middle, and Paulson bottled up, but he squirms through and dives forward for a yard to the 46. Weston Paulson this season, part of a big-time 1-2 punch for the Duchesne Eagles. He and sophomore Skylar Ford each average 5+ yards per carry. In fact, Paulson 6.2 yards per carry. Was 8th in the state in 1A in yards this season. Ford was 9th. Man in motion is Mortensen. Spencer running the option, pitches out there to Mortensen. 3 defenders out there. He straight arms and drives forward across midfield, but not enough for the 1st down. Mortensen into Parowan territory. Out to the 48. 6-yard gain for Mortensen, who came in with almost 400 rushing yards. Needs 1 more to get that 400-yard plateau. 4 down. We're going to go for it here. The Eagles line up with Paulson, the man in the backfield. The wings are Mortensen, who goes in motion. Hard count, and the Rams jump. And you got to think that's exactly what Coach Jerry Cowan was looking to get. Cowan, in his 6th season as head coach of the Duchesne Eagles, he's gone 59-9, an incredible record. And he's been the head coach in 3 of those 6 Eagle state championships. 5-yard penalty gives the Eagles a 1st down. At the Rams' 44-yard line. Eagles, same formation with Paulson, the running back, the tailback. Here's the snap. Give to the man in motion, Mortensen, around the left side. Not much room. He strings it out and dives across the 40, inside the 40, down almost to the 35 before he was wrapped up and pushed out of bounds. Coach Cowan seeing some room for Jaron Mortensen to run. He has 67 carries coming into the game. That's already his 3rd. And that run goes down to the 37. 2nd and 3 gives Mortensen 7 more yards. It's up to 13 yards on 3 carries. Paulson in the backfield. Spencer turns, gives to Weston, and he's got nowhere to run. Weston last year, part of a Eagle State Championship team, beat Kanab. They'd lost to the Cowboys in the regular season, but got past the Cowboys for the championship. A 3rd down after a short gain for Paulson. He's at 5 carries, 12 yards to the 36 on that carry. 3rd down and short for the Eagle offense. Ball in the left hash as they attack south to north. Jarrett Spencer keeps it himself, dives up the middle, follows those big boys up front. Cade Lamborn, the center. Sergio Anaya, Jack Roberts, the guards. Jose Guerrero, the left tackle, the sophomore, and Braylon Thompson, senior right tackle. Spencer with a good gain. Clear down to the 32. That was a 4-yard gain on a 4th and 1. Move the chains. Eagles just about to knock on the door. They're just outside the 30. Movement by the Eagles. I think this will be a false start. Push them back 5 yards. Some early movement on the left side of the line. And it is a false start on the Eagles. So the Eagles got a first down earlier on an offsides from Parowan. But this time the Eagles push themselves back 5 yards. First down and 15 from their Parowan 37-yard line. Eagles, the Rams got it first in this one. Their drive, they picked up 1 first down and then had to punt it away. Took about 3 minutes. Eagles have had it for the last 5. Spencer looks to the sideline, gets the call up under center with Paulson behind him, about 4 yards back. Ball on the left hash, give to Paulson right side. Big hole initially, but then that is closed off in a hurry. Paulson was still on his feet when whistles came, still fighting to break free. And a short gain. Just 1 yard to the 36. Sledding tough so far for Paulson up the middle. His last 3 carries have gone for just 1 yard apiece. 2nd down and 14. Eagles with the football. No score on the MyLocalRadio.com scoreboard. First quarter action here at Stewart Stadium on a rainy, cloudy, and windy morning. Spencer, pressure comes. He gets away from a few guys to his right, now back to his left. If he can get around one man, he can't do it. It looked like he hesitated there for a second, maybe thought he wanted to throw it downfield, but the Parowan defense with great pursuit. Spencer, very quick-footed quarterback, got free to the tune of 3 yards. Spencer takes it to the 34. I guess a 33-yard line, a 3-yard gain for Spencer, who's at 7 yards on 2 carries. And now the Eagles face a 3rd down and long. And for a running offense like the Eagles or for the Parowan Rams, this is a tough situation. You don't pass much. We'll see what they do. Paulson, the wing back on the left side this time. Dallas Stewart on the left out wide. Snap is fumbled by Spencer. He dives forward to get on it and will actually gain a half a yard. Now they'll put it right back at the line of scrimmage, the 33-yard line. No gain. Reminded of a couple of, well, 2013, the Rich Rebels faced the Duchesne Eagles for the state championship match game here on this same field. It was a snowy day, and Duchesne won the game 14-13. The Rebels went for 2 after they'd scored late in the game, failed on the 2-point conversion, and Duchesne won. In that game, the Rebels put it on the turf about 7 or 8 times, just like Jarrett Spencer did. Recovered most of those, but boy, that's a loss down. Spencer rolls to his right on a 4th and 11. He's got his man caught at the 25, to the 20, down the sideline, breaks a tackle to the 10-5. Looks like he was pushed out of bounds out about the 13, but a big gain for the Eagles. Brock Ford, the sophomore tight end, who came into the game averaging 35.8 yards per reception, and that's a big one. Jarrett Spencer starts his day off 1 for 1 through the air. Down to the 13-yard line. That's a 20-yard gain. On a 4th and 11, the Eagles convert. Give to Paulson right side. Stutter steps and then just slams into the Parowan defense for a short gain. Oh, Brock Ford found himself wide open on that left side. From what I understand, Ford will take the reins as the quarterback next year when Jarrett Spencer graduates. Of course, Spencer a senior this season. Big contributor for the basketball team. As are most of these guys. Weston Paulson, Dallas Stewart, Jaron Mortensen, all guys that jump onto the basketball court in, well, they hope a few weeks. Here's Spencer back, turns to give to Paulson, and 3, 4, 5, 6 Parowan Rams in the backfield. They just blew through the offensive line. And I don't know who had the ball there, Paulson or Spencer, if the handoff actually occurred or not. Either way, the Rams defense pushes Duchesne back to the original line of scrimmage at the 13. for a 3rd down and 10. Paulson, the deep man. No, that was Skylar Ford this time. Spencer eludes some pressure, gets it up to Skylar Ford, or to Brock Ford rather. He makes the catch about the 7 and works his way down to about the 3-yard line. And that was not a pretty pass from Spencer, but it got the job done. It was just kind of a heave over there, and that was impressive. That was the 16th play of this drive for Duchesne, and that is quintessential Eagle football. A 9-yard gain on that pass put Spencer at 2 for 2, 29 yards. Ford with both the receptions. Brock Ford, the sophomore tight end, brother of Skylar Ford, who's in the backfield now with the white sleeves. On a 4th down and 1, Eagles will take a timeout. Coach Jerry Cowan and the Eagles call a timeout. 37 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll take a quick break on Utah 1A playoff football presented by MyLocalRadio.com.
Hi there, Craig Dearden with Castle Rock Chevrolet right here in Evanston. Of course, it's about finding you that perfect vehicle, but at Castle Rock, it's about a lot more. It's using our experience to get you the best rate. We will get you the vehicle that you've always wanted. It's about knowing your vehicle is in the right hands. Throughout the buying experience here at Castle Rock Chevrolet, we're here for you. If you're ready to buy a new truck, come to Castle Rock. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. We're a different kind of dealer.
Welcome back to state championship football. It's the semifinal round. The Eagles and the Rams. First quarter action just about wrapped up. And we have no score on the MyLocalRadio.com scoreboard. Eagles, 16 plays. This will be play number 17, a 4th and about a half a yard to move the chains at the Parowan 3. Spencer turns, takes the snap, pitches right side. Paulson trying to get around the corner. He does, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. Weston Paulson with the straight arm around the right side. A 4-yard touchdown run caps off a 17-play drive that started from their own 35-yard line. A 4-yard touchdown run from Weston Paulson. Some good blocking around that right side. He had to beat one man, and that's what they say. Running backs can beat one guy, going to get themselves freed up, and it freed him up to the tune of a touchdown. Cade Lamborn to kick the extra point. He's been consistent this year. Booting those through. This one low in a line drive. No good. Off to the left. PAT no good. And with 30 seconds left in the first quarter, we take a timeout on MyLocalRadio.com's presentation of Utah 1A playoff football.
On the construction site, time is money. The professionals at Ellingford Brothers have top quality cement ready to go whenever and wherever you need it. Make sure your timelines are met. Have everything you need delivered right to your job site. Whether it's ready-mix concrete, custom crushed sand and gravel, pit run or road base, with 2 dedicated batch plants, you can count on Ellingford Brothers. Delivering on time for generations. 221 County Road in Evanston.
Apologies on that sound. We'll see if we can get that figured out on the ad. Our game today is brought to you in part by Ellingford Brothers. Ellingford Brothers in Evanston, Wyoming installs fifth-wheel hitches, bumper hitches, and provides custom fabrication. They've got low prices, quality work, and quick turnaround. Visit EllingfordBros.com. Eagles on top, 6-0 on the MyLocalRadio.com scoreboard. Here's the kick, and that is a yard deep into the end zone. Cade Lamborn boots it deep for the touchback. With the Eagles, that last drive, 17 plays, 65 yards, and 8 minutes, almost 9 minutes off the clock. 8 minutes and 43 seconds on that drive. Time of possession so far, advantage Eagles. The Rams looking to answer back from their own 20-yard line, a 1st and 10. They picked up one first down on their last possession, but couldn't keep the chains moving. Wood to his left, running the option, and that's busted up in the backfield. Porter Miller was the fullback, and they just couldn't quite connect as the Duchesne defense had a lot of pressure in the backfield. Wood, though, is able to pick up 2 out to the 22. A 2nd down and 8 for the Rams. They're almost run exclusive offense. 92% of the time this season, run the football, 8% pass. We've already seen 1 pass, and that may be more than we'll see. We might not see more. That'll take us to the end of the first quarter, where the Eagles lead 6-0 in the semifinals. Parowan has the football when we return on Utah 1A football playoff football on mylocalradio.com.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for. To Weber State University and Stewart Stadium. The Rams on 2nd down with a short gain out to the 25.
Running back Cody Hansen on the carry for the Rams. Brought down by
PA man said Cody Hansen on the carry.
5 for the Rams.
Short gain for Hansen of 3 yards. Here's Wood throwing it out to the right side. He's got Guyman, I believe. Catch is made down the sideline, and just 1 man to beat, but he's caught just barely by Jaron Mortensen. Ethan Guyman on the reception. That's his 4th reception of the season, and that's a good one. Wood with a nice throw out to the flat. Nice toss out to the 44. That's a 19-yard gain, and that's right in line with what Guyman has done. Just 3 receptions, but at 20 yards a pop. That's right at his average. I formation with an offset power I, and Miller gets the handoff up the middle, breaks through initially, good big hole, and then he continues to drive forward. He is a big, strong kid, and he picks up a handful of yards out to midfield. They'll spot it right at the 50. That's a 6-yard gain for Porter Miller, who's at 4 carries, 21 yards in the game, and if Duchesne can continue to hold him to about 5 yards per carry, they'd be cutting his average in half. 9.7 yards per carry is Miller's average. Again, the offset, the power I, and a hard count. Eagles jump. Boy, and that's not something you see often from a very disciplined, well-coached Eagles team. But that'll move the chains for Parowan. 5 yards to the Duchesne 45. Eagles' 2nd penalty of the day. 1st down, Rams. Handoff to Guyman on the right side, nothing doing. And you see the way the Eagles wrap up. A 2nd or 3rd guy comes in. It was Paulson on this time, and Paulson was trying to rip that ball out. Guyman's no gain. Ethan Guyman averages 10.5 yards per carry so far today. 2 carries, 0 yards, but that 19-yard 1st down reception a few minutes ago. Power I, Woods fakes the handoff, throws out to his left. He's got Porter Miller, who can't hold on to the football. He slaps the ground in frustration. Coach Jerry Cowan right there, you can see him fired up at his teammates, and a flag flies in from the back judge. And he's pointing out to the sideline, maybe saying Coach Cowan was fired up, and I don't know if he was shouting at his guys. Maybe he was shouting at the officials, and that could be. I'm going to stop speculating here and just see what the officials call. It was an incomplete pass from Porter to Porter, Wood to Miller. And here's the call, a sideline warning against Duchesne. That's their first warning, so no yards will be walked off on that warning. A second warning would initiate a 5-yard penalty. Coach Cowan really still having words with the official as he's fired up. A 3rd down and 10. 6-0 Eagles with the lead on the mylocalradio.com scoreboard on a rainy afternoon in Ogden. Wood throws. He's got Miller this time, who makes the catch, goes down at the numbers on the right sideline. That's the Parowan sideline. A 1st down and a little bit more. And Porter Wood came into this game having attempted 36 passes on the year. He's already thrown 4. That tells you what Coach Carter Miller is seeing out of this Duchesne defense. Boy, they're getting stopped. The Rams offense is. Not much room to run. They're trying to open things up, maybe open up the pass. Miller throws a quick slant through in the hands and incomplete of, I believe that was, yeah, that was Trevor Bassett, the attempt, or the intended receiver. And so Porter Woods just 2 of 5. 2 of those passes, 2 of those incompletions were right on target. And just dropped by his intended receivers. 2nd down and 10 from the 32. Give up the middle and a good hard run up the gut
Handoff to number 21, Cody Hansen.
by Cody Hansen.
He's brought down by
And again, this is another situation where the Rams going away from what's worked so well because of
down and 2 for the Rams.
just how good this Duchesne defense has been so far. Down to the 24-yard line. That's an 8-yard gain for Hansen. And a 3rd and short, just 2 yards to go. Wood keeps it himself off the right side, dives forward. He's got the 1st down. Eagle defense wrapped him up pretty quick, but he'll get enough to move the chains.
Number 44, Porter Wood. Stop made by number 9, Dallas Stewart, and 22, Weston Polson. 1st down for the Rams.
So Wood moves it down to the 21. That's a 3-yard gain. And a 1st down for the Rams. 4th first down of the drive. Wood takes the snap, throws out to the right side, and overthrows by a mile his intended receiver. And I think, again, that was Bassett.
Pass intended for number 12. Trevor Bassett is incomplete.
Wood this season, he's been effective, not necessarily extremely efficient. 14 of 36, that's 39% passing this season. But 301 yards, 1 interception to 5 touchdowns, so you'll definitely take that. 2nd down and 10. Parowan has already attempted 6 passes. They averaged 3.5 per game. Wood back to throw. He's hit as he releases over the middle, and that pass falls short and incomplete. The pressure came from the backside, and I think it was Lamborn, the defensive end, who got past his man. And yep, he's the one that got the pressure on. Cade Lamborn hits Wood as he delivers. Incomplete. 2 of 7 through the air. Porter Wood brings up a 3rd down and 10. Rams from the Duchesne 21-yard line. Eagles leading 6-0. Here's the snap, and Wood back again looking to throw. Pressure comes. He's not going to get rid of it in time. And lots of pressure from up the middle. I think that was big bad Jack Roberts.
Quarterback sack, number 69, Jack Roberts, number 68.
Jack leads the team in sacks. That one right there makes number 12 on the season. And they take Wood back, or down, clear back at the 28.
4th down for Parowan.
That's a loss of 7. First sack of the day for either team. And Parowan now faces a 4th and long. In the power eye in the backfield, Wood under center. Here's the snap, fake the handoff, rolling to his right, has time, throws it down the middle, tipped and picked off by the Eagle defense at the 10. Down the left side, some blocking to the 15, to the 20. He's hit out of bounds about where Duchesne would have taken over had they just let that one fall incomplete.
Intercepted by the Eagles, number 15, Jarrett Spencer.
Jarrett Spencer on the interception.
Number 44, Porter Wood.
Porter Wood takes him down out of bounds.
The return is up to
The Rams had things going. They picked up 4 first downs. They were down to the 21-yard line, but then the offense stalls. 4 straight passes from the Parowan offense, which we don't see them pass a whole lot this season. Duchesne takes over, 7:56 left in the second quarter from their own 26-yard line. A 1st and 10. Spencer with Ford behind him. Jaron Mortensen in motion, give to Ford up the middle, and Skylar Ford's first carry dragging Rams clear out for a 9-yard gain. Ford actually led the Eagles this season in carries, 146 carries for 736 yards, couple of touchdowns. That's 5 yards per carry. That one out to the 35 goes for 9. And the Eagles with a 6-point lead, looking to add to that. 7.5 left in the second quarter. Their last drive was 8:43. Ford again, the tailback. Spencer turns, gives to him. They go to the well a second time, and Spencer, or Ford rather, a short gain this time, but enough to move the chains. A 1st down. They'll spot it out at the 44-yard line, or excuse me, the 39. So a 4-yard gain for Skylar Ford. And I got to wonder, we did not see him even in that first quarter. If there was something that was going on with the team, maybe. And throughout most of the season, Paulson has been the wingback on the left side, but he was the tailback through that first quarter. Paulson in motion from the left side. Spencer runs the option, pulls it back away from Ford, dives ahead across the 40 to the 45. Maybe the 44 is where they'll spot it.
Quarterback keeper, number 15, Jared
so on a 1st down, Spencer spotted at the 43-yard line. A 4-yard gain. Spencer 9 yards on 5 carries so far in the ball game. I want to thank the guys with VTV Strata out of the Uinta Basin, providing our video coverage for this game this morning. I guess this afternoon now. Spencer turns and gives to Ford up the middle, and he is smashed, hit hard, and a short gain. Porter Wood came in, made a big hit.
Ford once again for the Eagles.
Ford out close to the 47.
44, Porter Wood, and number
Give Ford a 3-yard
Murphy.
gain. Ethan Murphy also in on the tackle for the Rams. This is a tough-nosed Rams team. You think about the size. Just Porter Miller, 6'2", 225, their big fullback. Porter Wood. A lot of times you see a quarterback playing defense as well. It's free safety or cornerback, but Wood, one of the linebackers. Spencer takes the snap on an option. Ball pops loose right at the end of the play. And I'd be interested to know if Spencer was down before the ball came out. And I think that is what the officials will say. Let's watch the replay here at mylocalradio.com. Spencer on the right side. They're ripping at it. He still got it. Looked like that right knee was down as the ball popped out. And that's what the officials determine as well. Out to the 47-yard line. A 1-yard gain for Spencer on the quarterback keeper. He averages not quite 1.5 yards per carry. He's been a little better than that today. 4th down and 2. Eagles. They converted a 4th down once on their last drive and ended that with 17-play, 65-yard touchdown drive. Failed on the extra point, and Duchesne leads 6-0. MyLocalRadio.com scoreboard. Down close to 5 minutes left in this first half. Eagles dominant in time of possession, and Coach Jerry Cowan calls for a timeout. We'll call for one as well. Utah 1A playoff football on MyLocalRadio.com.
We sell fun. Come see and feel the fun when you shop at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. You and your family will have fun year-round. In the water with personal watercraft, in nature driving your side-by-side or riding your four-wheeler, or in the mountains on your snow machine. It's always fun at Cache Honda Yamaha, no matter what the season is. Our showroom is full of inventory to choose from. Start having more fun today. Visit Cache Honda Yamaha between Logan and Smithfield on Highway 91. We sell fun.
Welcome back to Stewart Stadium. Again, thank the guys at VTV or Strata out of the Uinta Basin. That, like you see right now, we're finished with our commercial break. They're just finishing up theirs, but they're providing our video today, and we thank them for that. We apologize on the lack of synchronicity. Is that a word? Eagles on top 6-0 on the mylocalradio.com scoreboard. Let's get that back up there for you. 5:09 left, second quarter. Eagles with the lead, with the football, facing a 4th and 2. Spencer brings Paulson in motion, fakes the handoff to Ford, pitches out to Paulson, and Weston down the sideline drags a man across the 50 and moves the chains. Jacob Matheson on the tackle. He stopped Paulson from going further, but Weston Paulson picks up just enough for the first down out to the 50. Paulson, 9 carries, 23, make it 22 yards by my tally. That's unofficial, but certainly close to correct. First down and 10 Eagles. Second first down of this current possession, this drive that started from their own 26-yard line. Paulson, the wing back on the left side. Skylar Ford behind Spencer. Gives to Mortensen going left. Jaron breaks a tackle, and he breaks free to the 40. Cuts back inside, now back outside, and trips up on his own man. Slaps the football as in frustration as he went down, trying to pull Barry Sanders against the Patriots. Moves, going left, going right, get that defender twisted around, and he just about pulled it off. Look at this, breaking free. Great vision. He started left, went back right, all the way down to the 29-yard line. That's a 21-yard gain for Jaron Mortensen, who's right now leading the Eagles in rushing. 4 carries, 34 yards. He's the right wing back. Snap, give to Ford up the middle. And he's initially stood up. He tries to bounce it out, can't get free. And the Eagle defense, or the Eagle offense, picks up a short gain down to about the 26. Maybe they'll spot it close to the 27. Second down and 8 coming up. Eagles with the lead, 6-0 on the mylocalradio.com scoreboard. This Parowan defense has been solid. I tell you, it takes a lot to slow this Eagle offense down. They're so disciplined and execute well. Spencer turns, gives to Paulson up the middle, a high tackle, and he just shrugs it off and dives forward to the 20. Paulson will be close to a first down. And I tell you what, with Parowan, the running backs are a thunder and lightning type situation. Porter Miller, the big, strong, 6'2", 225-pound fullback, and then Ethan Guyman is the speed guy. With the Duchesne Eagles, it's thunder and thunder. Weston Paulson, Skylar Ford, 2 similar runners. That was a 7-yard gain for Paulson. He's again the tailback. Jarrett Spencer keeps this one himself off the left side. A big hole for the quarterback keeper to move the chains. Another first down for the Eagle offense, and it's nothing flashy. It's no big plays. I mean, we did have a big run by Jaron Mortensen, but the design is, hey, we're just going to smash it down your throat. We're going to run that clock down. Your offense will not be on the field, and we'll beat you. That's Duchesne's strategy. So far, it's working. Eagles on top, 6-0 on the mylocalradio.com scoreboard. Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. MyLocalRadio.com presents Utah 1A playoff football.
When you buy or sell real estate, it's important to work with a realtor that has experience, is knowledgeable about the market that you're interested in, and has your best interest at heart. At Bear Lake Realty, you'll find all of these traits plus more when you work with Gary McKee and his professional team. So whether you're buying or selling land, a home, a summer home, or a quarter share, make sure you're working with the best real estate team. Call Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty today.
Back at Stewart Stadium, home of the Weber State Wildcats. They beat Montana last week, didn't they? 41-21, something like that. A win for Weber State. Big Sky Conference. Eagles with a 6-0 lead. Duchesne with the football. They just picked up a first down, 1st and 10. Fake the handoff up the middle to Paulson. Give around the right side to Jaron Mortensen. Breaks a tackle inside the 15, down to the 10-yard line. And Mortensen running hard and running well. Jaron Mortensen. Looks like they'll spot this one closer to the 11-yard line. Still a gain of 6, and Mortensen's at 40 yards on 6 carries. The way this one's going, I'll be surprised if any back tallies more than 100 yards on the ground. A lot of weapons for this Eagles team. as they give it this time to another of their weapons, Weston Paulson up the middle, inside the 10. Keeps his feet, drives forward, close to the 5.
With the run for the Eagles. He's brought down by number 6, Jake Matheson.
And Paulson picks up a first down at the 5-yard line. 5 first downs on this drive. And the Eagles are knocking on the door. It was a 6-yard gain for Paulson, who's at 34 yards on 11 carries. That's way below his per carry average coming into the game, but well, I don't think he cares as long as his team wins. Here's the snap, give up the middle, and just stuffed in the middle. Parowan defense was there. Weston Paulson, another short gain. That was about another 3, maybe 4 yards. They spot it at the 1.
67, Dixon Jones, and number 54, Wade Howard.
Dixon Jones, Wade Howard on the tackle.
Second and goal.
And the Eagles have a second down and goal. Ball in the right hash. Eagles looking to extend the lead. Spencer under center. Paulson, the tailback. Spencer takes the snap, gives Paulson left side. He's in. Weston Paulson with his second touchdown of the day. This one from 1 yard out, and the Eagles lead 12-0 on the MyLocalRadio.com scoreboard. Weston Paulson. And the Eagles' first drive was 17 plays, 65 yards. This drive, 14 plays. And 74 yards. Started from their own 26-yard line, and now will Duchesne go for 2? That's the question. Lamborn has been good all year on extra points, but missed the extra point earlier. And the way the Eagles are huddled up, they've requested the football be on the left hash. I think they're going to go for it here. They line up in their typical wing T formation. Stewart, I believe, Dallas Stewart on the right side, out wide. Spencer takes the snap, pitches to Paulson, and he had been bottled up, but he splits the D, dives forward. And no, I said Paulson. That was Jaron Mortensen on the 2-point conversion. The pitch out to him, and the Eagles make it 14-0 on the MyLocalRadio.com scoreboard. We'll take a quick break. There you see Mortensen diving into the end zone. Quick feet. Saw that little gap between the defense, and he dives in for the 2-point conversion. And the Eagles lead 14-0 on the MyLocalRadio.com scoreboard.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
The best family vacations create lifelong memories. The Wind River Hotel and Casino in Riverton, Wyoming has teamed up with the Riverton Golf and Country Club to bring you great golf getaway packages for the whole family. Come for a couple of days, golf, eat, relax, tour the Wind River Indian Reservation, and enjoy the Native American tribal dancers. Pet rooms are available so you can bring the whole family and stay. Call today the Wind River Hotel and Casino, where families play, stay, win. 866-657-1604.
Lamborn kicks it deep just at the last second. It was going to bounce about the 1. And I believe it was Trevor Bassett who just sidesteps it. Lets it go into the end zone for the touchback. Parowan trailing 14-0 on the MyLocalRadio.com scoreboard. Takes over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. And Parowan here in this second quarter attacking south to north at Weber State University. The Rams fans over across the way on the visitors' bleachers. Duchesne as the higher seed in this game, the designated home team. Wood out to the right side, hands off, and that ball popped loose. Not sure what Wood was thinking. Duchesne just took over at the 20-yard line. And against a team like the Eagles that doesn't turn it over, let's see, Duchesne, or Wood there, handed off to Porter Miller, and he just didn't see the 2 Eagle defenders coming in, laying on the hit just as he tried to hand that football off. And now Duchesne with a short field will be looking to punch one in from the Parowan 20. They've got 1:10 to try and do it. And their last drives have gone for 8 minutes and 43 seconds, 6 minutes and 42 seconds. But on such a short field, and they've got a man, Jaron Mortensen, or no, Skylar Ford open in the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles! And who was that? I believe it was Mortensen on the reception. Jarrett Spencer with the play action found Mortensen in the end zone, and the Eagles extend the lead, take advantage of that Parowan fumble. Looked like a play action, but no, and Spencer delivers a nice pass over the top of the defense. A 20-yard touchdown. That's Jarrett Spencer's 14th touchdown of the season passing. Cade Lamborn to kick the extra point. He boots it up and through, and the Eagles lead 21-0 on the MyLocalRadio.com scoreboard. Our broadcast today is brought to you in part by Bear Lake Realty. For all your real estate needs, whether it's beachfront, room with a view, or secluded mountain retreat, any number of timeshare options, now is the time to buy and start enjoying beautiful Bear Lake. Visit BearLakeRealty.com. 20-yard touchdown pass from Jarrett Spencer to Jaron Mortensen. And Mortensen, so far today, 5 carries for 40 yards. Plus a 2-point conversion carry that got him into the end zone. 1 reception, 20 yards, and a touchdown. That drive, contrast this, Duchesne's first 2 drives, 17 and 14 plays, 8.5 minutes, 6.5 minutes, and that drive, of course, it started at the Parowan 20-yard line, but it was 1 play, 5 seconds, 20 yards, and Duchesne extends the lead 21-0 at the half. Well, not quite at the half. Here's Lamborn. This is a high kick toward the right side, and it's fielded out of the end zone and then taken out of the end zone out to about the 12, 13-yard line before the Eagles stand him up and drive him down. And I believe, again, it was Trevor Bassett on the return with not much room to run. Coach Miller might want to tell him, no, it wasn't Bassett. Looks like it was Jacob Matheson. We tell him next time, hey, let that one bounce into the end zone. So Parowan from their own 14. At this point with 57.4 seconds left in the half. Parowan got the ball to start the first half. They want to avoid mistakes. I don't know if they're looking to score here, but more so just hold on to the football and get into the half down by just 3 scores. Porter Miller up the gut, a short gain, about 3. Porter 144 carries coming into the game. Which is about 15 carries per contest. That's just his 5th carry of this game. 4 yards on that run. Puts him at 25 yards on 5 carries, 5 yards per carry. That's half of what he averages this season, 9.5 yards per run. Give on the right side, I believe it was Ethan Guyman for a short gain. Maybe it may have been Cody Hansen.
And off to number 21, Cody Hansen.
It was Cody Hansen out to the 20, a 2-yard gain. And that'll take us to the half with the Duchesne Eagles on top, 21-0 on the MyLocalRadio.com scoreboard. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back in time, I hope, for cheer or drill teams to perform, and we'll give you some first half highlights and stats right here on this MyLocalRadio.com presentation of Utah 1A playoff football.
They really appreciate every customer at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. They understand that you have lots of options when it comes to purchasing outdoor recreation vehicles. That's why they work hard to earn your business by making sure they understand exactly what you want. They're friends with their customers. When you're happy, they're happy. If you haven't been to their store, they invite you to come visit. And if you've already one of their friends, stop in again soon and check out all of this season's gear. Cash Honda Yamaha in between Logan and Smithfield on US 91. The best Yes, family vacations create lifelong memories. The Wind River Hotel and Casino in Riverton, Wyoming offers a family dinosaur dig and vacation package that includes digging for fossils at the Wyoming Dinosaur Center, sack lunches, tours of the museum, and lovely clean rooms for a comfortable night's stay. With 3 restaurants to choose from, you and your family will have fun, eat well, and rest easy. Schedule your family dinosaur dig at the Wind River Hotel and Casino in Riverton, Wyoming today. Call 866-657-1604.
Welcome back to Stewart Stadium, where the Duchesne Eagles have a 21-0 lead at the half against the Parowan Rams, a semifinal matchup that I cover the Rich Rebels throughout the regular season. And based on what I saw when Rich played all these semifinal teams, Kanab, Milford, Parowan, and Duchesne, my pick would have been Duchesne and Parowan to meet in the championship game, but that was not to be. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, Milford spanked the Rams in what was essentially the championship for the South. Milford won 54-18. So Parowan faces Duchesne today in the semifinals. I believe this is the Eagles Talons dance team. State champs, what is it? I apologize, Eagle fans, if I get this wrong. I think it's 13 consecutive state championships in drill team. They are unbeatable at this point, it would seem. In that first half, the Eagles, the 2 things they did, number one, time of possession almost double, 15.5 minutes compared to Parowan's 8.5 minutes. Third down conversions, Parowan's right there, 4 of 6, Duchesne 3 of 7. The other big difference was the fumble. It set up Duchesne with a short field. Jaron Mortensen makes the catch from Jarrett Spencer for the score, and the Eagles lead 21-0. Now, Parowan's, they've gone away from, I feel like, what worked so well throughout this season. Porter Miller, the #1 running back in 1A Utah football. Now, that's just by stats alone, 1,393 yards. And then Ethan Guyman, 935 yards. Between the two of them, that's 2,300 yards rushing. And they only touched the ball a combined 7 times in that first half. The other thing that is interesting is that the Eagles, or the Rams offense this season, Porter Wood attempted 36 passes the entire season. That's 3.5 per game. He's already attempted 8 in the first half alone, and a little bit of success. 2 of 8, 33 yards, but a pick. And a couple of those incompletions you chalk up to dropped passes from his receivers. But Parowan, seeing early on, Coach Carter Miller, I think he saw that early on that the running game was not there quite as big as he wanted it to be. And he may be thinking right now, he went away from that running game a little too early. Porter Miller, 5 carries, 25 yards. Now that's 5 yards per carry. That's nothing like what he did during the regular season, 9.7 yards per carry, but it certainly would seem like enough to keep things going and get him the ball more than just those 5 times that he got it in that first half. That's unofficial stats. I believe the official stats, you have 5 carries, 25 yards. Cody Hansen, 3 carries for 12 yards. Porter Wood, 5 for 7. Ethan Guyman, a couple of carries for no yards. And leading the way for the Eagles, Jaron Mortensen, 6 carries, 41 yards. Weston Paulson, 14 carries for 41 yards. Skylar Ford, 4 for 19. And Jarrett Spencer, 6 carries for 14 yards. Jarrett Spencer also, and here's a big number, 3 for 3, 49 yards, and a touchdown through the air. That's impressive stats from Jarrett Spencer. Thank you. Impressive stats from Jarrett Spencer, the quarterback for the Duchesne Eagles. Well, got to see the Duchesne Talons dance. Again, thank the guys from VTV Strata Networks for providing our video here today at Stewart Stadium. We're going to take a quick break here on the halftime show, and we'll be back with some more highlights and stats from the first half right after this on 1A Utah Playoff Football on MyLocalRadio.com.
Having a cabin close to home where you can get away for a day or two or a week at a time is something many people dream of but think it will never happen because owning 2 homes is a stretch. Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty has the solution. Quarter shares. You own 1/4 of the property. It's similar to a timeshare, except there are only 3 others who share time in your property. It's simple, cost-effective, and a wonderful way to have it all. Call Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty today, 435-946-8888.
Hi there, Craig Dearden with Castle Rock Chevrolet right here in Evanston. Of course, it's about finding you that perfect vehicle, but at Castle Rock, it's about a lot more. It's using our experience to get you the best rate. We will get you the vehicle that you've always wanted. It's about knowing your vehicle is in the right hands. Throughout the buying experience here at Castle Rock Chevrolet, we're here for you. If you're ready to buy a new truck, come to Castle Rock. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. We're a different kind of dealer.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
What did one thirsty range cow say to the other? I'm utterly parched.
Thirsty livestock equals lower profits. Protect your profits now with high-quality cement troughs from Ellingford Brothers in Evanston, Wyoming, a family-owned company serving ranchers across Wyoming and beyond for over 75 years. Before your profits go teats up from the thirst, contact Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. Increase the life of your trough and protect small range animals with a critter ladder. Ellingford Brothers, Evanston. Welcome back to MyLocalRadio.com's coverage of 1A Utah semifinal playoff football. For the first time, got to put this in there since I broadcast for the Rebels, Rich Rebels all year long. This is the first time since 2005 that the Rich Rebels have not been one of these 4 teams in the semifinals. Of course, Eagles and the Rams, Duchesne and Parowan facing off in this first game. Game 2 will feature the Milford Tigers, #1 team from the South, versus the #3 Kanab Cowboys from the South. We'll have that game right here on MyLocalRadio.com, and of course you can tune in at KSL.com, at Deseret Digital, DeseretNews.com. You can find the link at UHSAA.com. We try to make it as easy as possible for you to tune in to these broadcasts. 7 minutes left in this halftime, and that first half was all Duchesne. Now, Parowan did some good things. They'd moved the chains a couple of times. They got down into Duchesne territory. They got down at one point midway through that first half, right at the beginning of the second quarter. They'd gotten down to the Duchesne 21-yard line, and then 4 consecutive passes called by the offense netted them -7 yards, and the final pass was an interception by Jarrett Spencer, and 2 big turnovers. That interception in the red zone by the Rams, and then the Rams' next possession, they started from their own 20-yard line, turned it over. A fumble from their own 20 gave Duchesne a short field, and the Eagles took advantage of that. A 20-yard pass from Jarrett Spencer to Jared Mortensen. Mortensen with 5 carries, 40 yards in the game so far in that first half. Weston Paulson, the workhorse, 14 carries, 37 yards in the first half, and if you do the math there, 37 yards divided by 14 carries, that's not even close to his average. So you got to say one thing: Parowan's defense has been solid. That's 2.6 yards per carry. Well, Paulson came into the game averaging almost 6.5 yards per carry. But the thing that Duchesne has done, and if I had to critique one coach versus another, the game plan that they came in with and how they've stuck to it, advantage Duchesne. The Eagles came in, and despite Paulson's just 2.6 yards per carry, they have not deviated from, you know what, we're going to keep running that offense. We're going to keep moving the chains. We're going to keep just grinding and grounding and grinding and picking up first downs little by little. They've converted 2 or 3 fourth down attempts in this game. And on the other side, Carter Miller I believe in his first year as head coach, and I know this is his first year as head coach of the Parowan Rams. He's gone 8-2. It's been a fantastic year. What a turnaround for the Rams, who struggled the last couple of years in 1A football. But he, I feel like, went quickly away from what they've done so much this season. I touched on it a couple of times already, but Porter Wood, the junior quarterback from Parowan, attempted 36 passes the entire season up to this game. That's 3.6 pass attempts per game. He's already more than doubled that with 8 pass attempts in the first half. And I know you're trying to get something going, trying to make things happen, but Porter Miller averaging 5 yards per carry. I feel like Coach Carter Miller needs to go back to what's been successful this season for the Parowan Rams, and that has been run, run, run. This season, the Rams have run 425 running plays to just 38 passing plays. That's 92% run and 8% pass, and it's worked well. They were the #1 team in yards per game, in total yards, and in points per game in all of 1A football. And this game, they've not really stuck to that. 8 passes, and then let's see, Porter Wood ran it 3 times, Porter Miller 5 times, Ethan Guyman 2, that's 10, plus Cody Hansen's 3 carries. That's just 13 runs to 8 passes so far in this game for the Rams. Now, Duchesne will get it to start the second half. That's coming up in a few minutes. We'll take another quick break on your halftime show. The Duchesne Eagles on top of the Parowan Rams, 21-0 at the half from Stewart Stadium. And MyLocalRadio.com presents 1A Utah playoff football. Back after this.
Your truck works hard for you. Give it all the accessories it needs. Ellingford Brothers has the best accessories around. See them today for a wide variety of hitches, grill guards, and more for your truck. Ask them about a Line-X spray-on bed liner. It's specially formulated and very durable. Ellingford Brothers has quality products and affordable prices. Stop by their office today at 221 County Road. Ellingford Brothers. For your next construction project, count on the best. Ellingford Brothers in Evanston.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
When it comes to parts and service, don't rely on anyone other than the team at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. The professional mechanics and parts department team have the experience to help you with whatever you need. When you need to add a winch, get an extra belt or spark plugs, winterize, repair or replace tires, or have a rebuild, they can help. Whatever you need, gift ideas, parts, accessories, or a great mechanic, you'll find it all at Cash Honda Yamaha in between Logan and Smithfield on Highway 91.
If you or your friends are looking for a home or vacation home at beautiful Bear Lake, you don't have to wait any longer to live your dream. Bear Lake Realty has properties in every price range. Relax. Create memories for generations to come in your home or vacation home at one of the most beautiful lakes on earth. It all starts with a phone call. We will help you find the perfect home for you and your family. Call today, Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty. 435-946-8888 or go to bearlakerealty.com.
Welcome back to Stewart Stadium at Weber State University, where the Duchesne Eagles lead in the first semifinal game of the day in 1A football. Eagles on top 21-0 at the half. Want to thank the guys from Strata TV, VTV Strata Networks out of the Uinta Basin. They covered the Duchesne Eagles and Altamont Longhorns and a handful of other teams, the Uinta Utes out there throughout the regular seasons. And they're here to cover this game on TV, and they graciously are feeding us a video production, their video feed. So that's why we get all the different angles, the close-ups, the zoom-ins, the different cameras. It also, we're having a few little hiccups there. You see the black screen for a moment, but generally speaking, the video coverage has been very good, and that's not their fault. That's just a product of the cold, the wind, the rain today. In fact, it took some extra finagling to get things dried off and get that video feed to me. So I appreciate those guys from Strata Networks VTV. Eagles on top 21-0 at the half. Duchesne, I've got total yards of just 139 in the first half. They had that short field on the fumble. This has not been an offensive juggernaut this season. Now, Duchesne's one of the top offensive teams in 1A football. But the big key is their few mistakes. They force turnovers. They keep their opponent's offense off the field. They run a lot of offensive plays. They take care of the football and don't turn it over. And they've averaged 327 yards per game. Parowan has averaged 373 yards per game and 29 points, or 39 points rather, almost 40 points per game for the Rams, who were shut out in that first half. Duchesne at 9-1, averaged just 23 points per game this season, gave up just 9.8. That's second in 1A. But again, their big key is even if they only score 21 points, they're running the football. They're possessing the football. And that was a big difference in that first half. Duchesne had it for 15.5 minutes compared to Parowan's 8.5 minutes of time of possession in the first half. So Duchesne taking advantage of a couple of Parowan miscues, taking care of the football, leading 21-0 at the half in the semifinals. The Eagles looking to get back to the state championship for a second consecutive year. They beat Kanab last year for the title. The year before that, the Eagles in 2015 lost to Kanab in the semifinals. They lost to Kanab in the quarterfinals in 2014 and took the title in 13, 12, 11, and 09. As for the Parowan Rams, struggled last year to a 3-6 record, did not make the playoffs in 1A. Same the year before, 2-7 and no playoffs. And in 2A, they'd fared a little bit better, made the playoffs, lost in the first round and in the quarterfinals in 2014 and 13, respectively. Eagles will have it to start this second half. Porter Miller with a pooch kick. It's fielded by the Eagles, and a smart decision by that man to just drop to the ground, make sure to possess it, keep it in his team's possession. Carlos Lopez, the junior, drops to the ground, and the Eagles will have it 1st and 10. With fairly good field position from their own 38-yard line. Thank you for tuning in to this MyLocalRadio.com presentation of Utah 1A playoff football. The Eagles attacking left to right. That's north to south here at Stewart Stadium, Weber State University campus. Mortensen in motion. Spencer fakes the handoff there, setting up the screen. He throws for Mortensen, and just as he makes the catch, he is upended. Reading that play well was that Ethan Guyman or Spencer Cheney? Mortensen was there and then released, and as he makes the catch, Ethan Guyman comes in and levels him. Back at the 33. No way Mortensen could have known this, but he'd have been better off to just let that one sail through his hands and incomplete. A loss of 5. Mortensen gets the handoff. No, there's this Polson on the end around, on the wing tee around. Crosses the 40. Gets back some of that loss of 5 and a little bit more. Polson out to the 41-yard line, an 8-yard gain. That's his biggest gain of the day. So for as much as Parowan is trailing 21-0, they've really kept Polson in check. 15 carries, 45 yards. That's only 3 yards per carry. He averages 6.5 this season. A 3rd down and 7 for the Eagle offense, their own 41-yard line, starting this third quarter. They have yet to punt the ball away. Handed off right side. Polson hesitates, drives forward, and he is close to a 1st down near midfield. They needed the 48, and it looks like they'll spot him just short. We'll see. The head official, the Whitecap man, just indicated 4th down as they spot it just across the 47-yard line. That was a 6-yard gain for Polson. And Spencer will keep it on the quarterback keeper, dives ahead. Eagles clapping, celebrating what they believe is a 1st down, and it is. Whitecap says move those chains. Spencer for 1 yard. Out to the 49-yard line, rather, a 2-yard gain. And the Eagles convert again on 4th down. And if my memory serves, that's a third 4th down conversion. They're 3 for 3. One of them came on an offside penalty where they did a hard count. Here's Spencer, takes the snap, gives to Mortensen around the left side, and he is bumped in the back. Nice defense. A defensive end crashed down once Mortensen had gotten down below him. And Mortensen with a loss of a couple back to the 47. Porter Wood on the tackle. Mortensen loses 2. That's his 6th carry, 38 yards in the game. Biggest one was a 21-yard scamper. Set up their second score. 2nd and 12. Spencer rolls to his right, gets around the edge, looking to throw. A flag flies. For a moment, he had Brock Ford downfield, but just couldn't deliver the pass as pressure came in. He's brought down back about the 43, and there's a flag in there. This will be a hold out on the end, and we'll see. You can definitely see that hold in there, and that'll. Now, if the Rams accept this penalty, it'll be a 2nd down and a mile. Looks like they'll decline, and I like that call, because they had brought Spencer down back at the 43. So it's a loss of 3, plus then you lose the down. It's now 3rd and about 16 to go. First sack of the day for the Parowan defense. Eagles with a 3rd and long, and their offense does not specialize in this, but they've converted a couple of longer plays. Spencer back, looking to throw over the middle. Pressure comes. Now he tucks it, starts to throw, and then he's hit as he delivers the throw. Pass falls incomplete. Fortunate for the Eagles. Spencer was 4 of 4 for 44 yards before that first incompletion of the game. And the Rams defense, stout to start this 3rd quarter. That's exactly what Coach Carter Miller wanted his team to come out and do, was get a stop, force a punt. 1 first down for the Eagles, and Parowan will set up to receive this punt. Taking his time and booting it away is Weston Paulson. Allows his team to get down on the coverage. Takes a Duchesne roll down inside the 15. 14, still rolling to about the 13-yard line where the Eagles will cover it. So Parowan will take over. That was almost 3 minutes possession time for the Eagles. And they continue to dominate. They've got almost 20 minutes of possession time to Parowan's 8.5 in this ball game. That's the first Eagle punt. Their first possession was a 17-play, 65-yard touchdown drive. Their next possession, 14-play, 74-yard touchdown drive. And then their third possession, they only had 3 possessions in the first half. 1 play, 20-yard pass from Spencer to Mortensen for the score. 21-0, Eagles on top. Parowan with the football, looking to break into the scoring column, and it doesn't start that way. Wood and Miller, a little miscommunication and trouble on the exchange. They collide with each other. Ball pops to the ground. Watch this. They just Miller, I don't know if he thought the ball was, or the run was going the other way. Maybe Wood. Either way, another gaffe by the Parowan offense, and they lose 2 back to the 16-yard line. Brings up a 2nd and long, 12 yards to go. Miller, or Wood rather, takes the snap, gives to Miller, right side. He picks up a few yards, breaks a tackle, still on his feet across the 15 to about the 17 before the Eagles finally stand him up and stop his progress. And that's what I'm talking about right there, is the Rams attempted 8 passes in that first half. That's not excessive for any other team, but for a team that runs the ball 92% of the time, to pass almost 30 or 40% of the time in the first half, when your main running back, even if he only picks up 5, 6, 7 yards per carry, that's below his regular average. Miller again gets the handoff across the 20, still driving and battling and fighting forward.
Miller once again for Parowan. Tackled by number 12, Brock Ford.
Brock Ford on the tackle. A short gain for Miller brings up a 4th
down
and 1. So Miller picked up 8 and then 2. He's at 33 yards on 8 carries, which is 4 yards per carry. And Parowan lined up to go for it deep in their own territory at the 21-yard line. Wood takes the snap, dives forward, and he gets a great push from his big boys up front, and they move the chains. Boy, and hand it to Big Taylor Howard, the senior center. Wade Howard, and the guard, and Dixon Jones, the other guard. Those guys got a great push up front. It looked initially like Wood would be stopped, but gets clear out to the 25-yard line, a 4-yard gain. Gutsy call from Coach Carter Miller, and it pays off at least for now. First down and 10. Parowan converts on a 4th and 1 at their own 21. Wood takes the snap, misdirection. He gives up the middle, fakes to the outside, and the handoff to Cody Hansen for a short gain. If that, maybe half a yard. Just across the 25-yard line. Second down and 9. Rams with the football. Wood takes the snap, fakes left, gives right. Ethan Guyman dances away from one, bounces outside. He's got about a 4-yard gain near the 30, but a flag in the backfield.
Ball carrier is number 34, Ethan Guyman.
Guyman,
Forced out of bounds by number
big
2,
contributor for the Parowan basketball team. A hold against the Rams will push this back. Spot of the foul is about the 26, just beyond the line of scrimmage. So we'll repeat second down. That's just Parowan's second.
The best family vacations create lifelong memories. Schedule a family whitewater rafting trip today. Packages include your hotel room, transportation, whitewater rafting, and lunch in a native teepee. The Wind River Canyon is located on the Wind River Indian Reservation in Riverton, Wyoming, and is home to the Northern Arapaho and Eastern Shoshone tribes. Come and enjoy the waves, the breathtaking views of the oldest canyons in Wyoming. Call today the Wind River Hotel and Casino, where families play, stay, win. 866-657-1604.
Wrapped up, quickly brought down. Flag flies in from the back line. And a short return for Duchesne. Parowan's last drive, 11 plays, 87 yards, 5 minutes, 1 second. No penalty on the turn. They wave the flag off, and Duchesne will take over. Parowan had a couple of big plays on that last drive. .16 all the way to the 45. 29-yard run by Trevor Bassett on an end around. A 29-yard catch from Wood to Matheson. 1st and 10, Eagles leading 21-7. Give left side Skylar Ford, and Parowan bottles him up. Short gain for the Eagles. Maybe 1 yard. Apologize on the sound issues we've been having for various parts of the game. Skylar Ford with his 5th carry. They'll give him close to 2 yards on that one. He's at 19 yards rushing. Out to the 24-yard line. A 2nd down and 9. End around to Paulson, I believe, and a rare no gain for Weston Paulson. Well defended out on that left side by Ethan Guyman. Paulson just couldn't get around, and by the time Guyman made the hit, Paulson's momentum was slowed down and headed toward the sideline, so he couldn't drive forward like he usually does and pick up a yard or two with his momentum. Paulson, 17 carries, 51 yards in the game, 2 touchdowns for the Eagles, who lead 21-7 on the MyLocalRadio.com scoreboard. A 3rd down and 9.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
We'll work on that as Parowan kicks off, and they get a quick tackle out on the sideline. Duchesne will start from about their own 35-yard line. Let me work on this video for a second here, if we can get that running again. Not sure what's going on. Hold on. Too good, and the Eagles take over from their own 35-yard line. Parowan. A couple of unanswered touchdowns here in the second half, and their defense is fired up. They shut down the Eagle offense. A loss of a yard, maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Jaron Mortensen, nowhere to go. His first half numbers: 5 carries, 40 yards, 1 reception for 20 yards and a score. Second half, 2 carries, -2 yards. Second down and 10 for the Eagles at their own 35. Mortensen in motion. He gets the handoff, looking to throw. He's got a man deep. The throw is underneath and couldn't make the catch. Mortensen was hit hard as he threw, and he stays down. He's hurt. The pass was intended for Brock Ford.
Defensive coverage provided by number 34.
Ethan Guyman was back on the coverage, and another defender was back there for the Rams as well. I think Matheson. Mortensen still down after taking a big hit delivering that pass. We'll take an injury timeout and be right back. MyLocalRadio.com presents Utah 1A Playoff Football.
Hi there, Craig Dearden with Castle Rock Chevrolet right here in Evanston. Of course, it's about finding you that perfect vehicle, but at Castle Rock, it's about a lot more. It's using our experience to get you the best rate. We will get you the vehicle that you've always wanted. It's about knowing your vehicle is in the right hands. Throughout the buying experience here at Castle Rock Chevrolet, we're here for you. If you're ready to buy a new truck, come to Castle Rock. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. We're a different kind of dealer.
Well, Mortensen up off the field. He'll have to head off and sit out at least one play, but he walked off on his own power. He's getting pats on the back, and it would appear that he is okay. Fortunate for Duchesne. Unfortunate for Duchesne, though, is that they've been outscored 14-0 in the second half. Their offense has been unable to do much of anything. They 1 first down in the second half, and they're facing a 3rd and 10. Even the trick play didn't work out for the Eagles. Let me get this MyLocalRadio.com scoreboard back up there for you if you're watching online. Snap, Spencer rolls to his left. Lots of pressure. He heaves it out to the left side, and it falls incomplete. And Parowan has figured out this Duchesne offense. They're getting all kinds of pressure in the backfield. They're winning at the line of scrimmage. And the Eagles in a little bit of trouble here. A 4th and 10 from their own 35-yard line. That pass incomplete. Jarrett Spencer, first half numbers 3 for 3, touchdown, 49 yards. Second half numbers 1 of 3, -5 yards. And here's the boot. This time Paulson does not run off to the side, do the rugby kick. He just boots it away. Fielded and out to the left side. Ethan Guyman to the 30, 35, drugged down, caught from behind. Good speed by the Eagles.
Return by number 34.
Skylar Ford to chase down Ethan Guyman, who's very fast. So Parowan takes over with 1:06. Time of possession has swung in this third quarter, and that's been a big part of Parowan. It's not that it's not the time of possession that they're picking up first downs, moving the chains, and possessing the football, keeping it out of Duchesne's offense possession. 1st and 10 from the 35. Wood, right side, keeps it on the option, dives forward. He split a couple of defenders across the 35, the 37, maybe the 38. Eagle defense strung that option play out well. And it's a short gain for Porter Wood. 6 carries, 16 yards in the game for Wood. He's also 4 of 11 for 102 yards, a touchdown and a pick through the air. 2nd down, 7 to go for the Rams. Ball in the right hash from their own 37. Wood takes the snap, fakes the option, or fakes the handoff again, keeps it himself on the option, drives forward near a first down at the 44. I'll tell you, I don't know if he had the opportunity to pitch. He was keeping that all the way, but look how on the replay, if you can see, Ethan Guyman was running out to the left side. If he could have gotten the pitch out there. Of course, it looked like Skylar Ford was defending the pitch as well. Out to the 44-yard line. That's 6 more yards for Wood. He came in with 450 rushing yards and 10 touchdowns on the ground. That'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter, with the Eagles nursing a 1-touchdown lead. Eagles were up 21-0 at the half. The Rams have scored 14 unanswered, and it's 21-14 as we head for the final quarter on this presentation of 1A Utah Playoff Football, presented by MyLocalRadio.com. When you're buying and selling real estate, you want to work with an agent that knows the area and understands property values. You want to work with an agent that listens to what you're looking for and knows how to find it for you. And it's important to know all of your options. That's why it's smart to work with the best. Gary McKee and the agents at Bear Lake Realty in Garden City, Utah, helping folks buy and sell real estate for over 25 years. When you work with Bear Lake Realty, you're working with the best. Visit BearLakeRealty.com today. Our broadcast today is brought to you in part by Bear Lake Realty, Gary and Amber McKee in Garden City, and by Ellingford Brothers, cement, gravel, road base, on-time delivery, competitive pricing. That's Ellingford Brothers in Evanston, Wyoming. Visit ellingfordbros.com. Parowan with it, a 3rd and 1. Pitch out to the right side, Porter Miller. He'll have the first down. Great blocking on the outside, but a flag flies in across the 45, down inside the 40. 3 flags near the line of scrimmage, though, will bring this one back. There may have been 2 or 3 different holdings going on there at the line of scrimmage. One of them certainly sprung Miller around the outside. Holding against Parowan is the call. That's just the 3rd penalty of the day against the Rams. Now, the one that they'll march off, it looks like, was back at the 42, so a yard behind the line of scrimmage, is a 11-yard penalty essentially. Back to the 32, that's a 12-yard penalty. The line was the 44. So instead of a first down, it's 3rd and 13 for the Rams offense. Wood takes the snap, throws out to the left side, in and out of the hands of Bassett, I believe, was the intended receiver. And that's the 3rd or 4th drop of the day for Parowan receivers. Now, Bassett was not quite in first down territory. Had a man out there in the coverage, and who knows had he caught it, maybe whether he would have gotten the first down or not. But the Duchesne defense catches a break on the hold and then the incomplete pass. And Parowan, which has scored 14 unanswered points, forced to punt here. 11:41 left. Spencer turns, gives to Ford again, straight up the middle, and Ford just drives it forward. And now Duchesne going back to the ground and grind. Ford picks up about 6 this time, out to the 46-yard line. Ford up to 30 yards on 7 carries in the game. A first down for the Duchesne offense. That right there, those 2 first downs, already better than what they had prior to this drive in all of the second half. Spencer under center, ball on the right hash. Takes the snap for a 1st and 10, gives to Ford right side, and Parowan covers it well this time. A short gain out to the 48. 2 yards for Skylar Ford.
He's brought down by number 2, Grayson Robb.
21-14, Eagles with the lead. Winner of this one earns a berth into the state championship game next Saturday, a week from tomorrow, at Southern Utah University. Loser is done and turn their attention to football, wrestling, and whatever else they may do during the winter. Mortensen around the left side. The wing tee around, he somehow breaks a tackle or two, dives forward back to the line of scrimmage at the 48. No gain for Mortensen.
Jared Mortensen for the Eagles.
Again, his first half, 5 carries, 40 yards. His second half, 3 carries, -2. 3rd down and 8, Eagles in a 3rd and long from their own 48-yard line, nursing a 1-touchdown lead. They scored 21 in the first half. Parowan has scored twice unanswered here in the second half. Spencer under center. Paulson on the left side, gives to Ford up the middle, and he dives ahead to near first down yardage, out to the 46 of Parowan. Will be about 2 yards short. Skylar Ford picks up 6. And it's 4th and 2, Eagle offense. They've converted, I believe, 3 of 3 4th downs in this game. Watch for the hard count here. Parowan lined up, they're on their knuckles. And they jump offside. The Rams move early for the 2nd time in the game. That'll give Duchesne a first down on the offsides. Just the 4th penalty of the game against the Rams. It's been a clean game. Duchesne with just 2 penalties. But that one, boy, that could be a killer. If Duchesne sustains this drive and scores, they'll look back at that offside and thank their lucky stars. 7:45 left to go in the 4th quarter. Eagles on top, 21-14 on the MyLocalRadio.com scoreboard. Today's game is brought to you in part by Bear Lake Realty. Visit BearLakeRealty.com. Mortensen in motion. Spencer takes the snap. He is wrapped up and ripped down in the backfield. And I believe that was Daniel Horton with the tackle. Spencer couldn't get away from him and loses 5 back to the 46. That's where they were before that offside penalty. And a 2nd down and 15. Paulson, the wing back on the left side. Dallas Stewart wide on the left. Here's the snap, give to Ford up the middle. Big hole across the 40, and he stood up about the 39 and driven back. Boy, that was some big blocking on that right side of the Duchesne line. Jack Roberts, Braylon Thompson, a couple of seniors. Nope, Jack Roberts a junior, I believe. I may have that wrong. Yeah, Roberts is a senior. Cade Lamborn, a senior center. They opened up a big hole on that right side. Ford goes all the way down to the 38. 8 yards on the carry for Skylar Ford, a sophomore. Brings up a 3rd and 7 for the Eagle offense. Mortensen in motion. Spencer rolls to his left, looking to throw, still looking, now heaves it down the middle of the field, trying to come back to make the catch, and not quite getting there was Dallas Stewart. The defensive coverage. Trevor Bassett. And a lot of contact there. It was almost like a jump ball, and if Spencer could have thrown that further toward the sideline, I think Stewart would have had a great chance at it. But the throw more toward the middle of the field, and defense was right there. Incomplete. Brings up a 4th and 7. Spencer in the first half, 3 of 3 for 49 yards and a score. Second half, 1 of 4, -5 yards. Parowan's defense has tightened up here in this second half. Looks like a man lined up in the neutral zone, but on fourth down, the Eagles going for it. They throw it down the middle of the field. It's caught by Jaron Mortensen at the 5, tripped up, dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. On a 4th and 7, Jaron Mortensen frees himself up down the middle of the field. Spencer finds him. Mortensen does the rest, and Duchesne extends the lead back out to 2 scores. Jaron Mortensen with his second receiving touchdown of the day. This one for 38 yards. He's got 2 receptions, 68 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jarrett Spencer with 2 touchdowns through the air, and Kate Lamborn to kick the extra point. The snap is good. Lamborn boots it wide left to the PAT, no good. And the Eagles will settle for a 27-14 lead on the MyLocalRadio.com scoreboard. This game brought to you in part by Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. Visit ellingfordbros.com. MyLocalRadio.com presentation of Utah 1A playoff football.
Whatever you need for your truck, the specialists at Ellingford Brothers in Evanston have you covered. Get everything from specially formulated, durable Line-X bed lines to trailer hitches that match any size load. Have it installed by the professionals. Light repairs and custom welding services are also available. So whether it's bed liners, hitches and fifth wheel hitches, headache racks, toolboxes, flatbeds, and utility trailers, have it built to fit by the professionals at Ellingford Brothers, 221 County Road in Evanston.
Well, that last drive, 10 plays, 80 yards, ate up 5 minutes and 27 seconds of game time. Puts the Eagles on top by 2 scores again, 27-14. Parowan had scored 14 unanswered after the Eagles took a 21-0 lead into the half. And now Parowan will take over with 6 minutes left in the ball game. 6 minutes left on their season, unless they can find a way to score twice. Lamborn boots it away down the left sideline, bounces once at the 5, and this time Bassett will let it roll into the end zone instead of trying to return it. 6:03 left to go. Parowan will take over from their own 20. They found a recipe for success on their last couple of drives. Going back to Porter Miller, the big boy, running the ball hard. They found passing from Wood to Guyman, a 41-yard touchdown pass. Also an end around. They've opened up their offensive arsenal just a bit. 1st and 10 for the Rams at their own 20-yard line. Coach Cowan takes a timeout for the Duchesne Eagles. We'll take a quick one as well. MyLocalRadio.com presents Utah 1A playoff football. When you're buying and selling real estate, you want to work with an agent that knows the area and understands property values. You want to work with an agent that listens to what you're looking for and knows how to find it for you. And it's important to know all of your options. That's why it's smart to work with the best. Gary McKee and the agents at Bear Lake Realty in Garden City, Utah, helping folks buy and sell real estate for over 25 years. When you work with Bear Lake Realty, you're working with the best. Visit BearLakeRealty.com today. Back as the Rams looking to go deep down the left sideline, and Wood overthrows his intended receiver. Pass falls incomplete. Wood in the game, 4 of 13, 102 yards. He attempted 36 passes through the first 10 games of the season, and he's attempted 13 in this game. A hold, though, will negate that pass attempt. 3rd hold penalty of the game against the Rams, and that one took place about 4 yards deep in the backfield as the Rams offense set up that pocket. Back to the 8-yard line, a 12-yard penalty. Wood takes the snap, running to his right, pitches, and we might have a safety. No, he just pitches it away at the last second. A lateral forward will be an illegal pass, but it will get the Rams out of what would have been a safety. The Whitecap official dropped the flag at the 4-yard line. And boy, that that could have been absolutely disastrous. I don't know if Duchesne kind of fell asleep in that third quarter when Parowan scored 14 unanswered points. So the illegal forward pass from the spot of the catch, they'll say was the 4. Mark it half the distance to the goal. Will push them back to the 2. Now that for Parowan, at least for the moment, got them out of the end zone. Would have been at least either a safety or back at the 1-yard line had Bassett held on to that ball and been tackled. Wood takes the snap down the sideline, or down the line, pitches for Ethan Guyman. The pitch behind him, but he pulls it in with one hand and gets out to the 7 or 8 before he's brought down. That'll bring up a 3rd and a mile. This drive for the Rams started at their own 20. A hold penalty pushed them back to the 8. An illegal forward pass pushed them back to the 2. Guyman runs it out to the 8-yard line. It was a loss of down on the illegal forward pass. Guyman's 4th carry of the game goes for 6 yards. He's at 4 carries, 11 yards in the game. A 3rd down and 22. Wood takes the snap, fakes a pitch, looking over the middle. Pressure comes as he heaves it down the middle of the field, and it's picked off by Skylar Ford or Jaron Mortensen. They both have the long white sleeves, and I think this one is Mortensen with the interception, and that may just about do it. Parowan trails by 2 scores, and now they need a miracle. 2nd interception thrown of the day for Porter Wood. And Jaron Mortensen read it well. 3rd forced turnover by this Eagle defense. They forced a fumble. Jarrett Spencer had an interception in the first half, back at about the 3-yard line of Parowan, and Jaron Mortensen intercepts it. Eagles will take over with 5:31 left to go at the Parowan 37. Spencer gives right side. Skylar Ford inside the 35 for a short gain to about the 33. And Ford, after Weston Paulson was the workhorse in the first half, that's Ford's 11th carry of the game. That one goes for 4 yards. He's up to 50 rushing yards in the game. Down to the 33. And the Eagles just need to pick up a 1st down or 2, maybe 2, because the Rams have 3 timeouts left. Coach Miller hoping his team can force a punt or a turnover. Of course, this is 4-down territory for Duchesne, and Jarrett Spencer, a senior, is going to take every second he has. Takes the snap, gives to Ford, right side, big hole, stutter steps, dives forward, close to a 1st down. This is just what Duchesne wants to do, is just run some more clock and move the chains, and they do. A 1st down on a 6-yard gain for Skylar Ford to the 27 of Parowan. I don't think Coach Cowan and the Eagles could care less. They couldn't care less if they put more points on the board. But if they can run the clock down and just hold on for the win here, leading 27-14, earn a 2nd straight berth into the state championship game next week. Spencer takes the snap, gives right side to Ford again. Again, a good hole on the right side. He dives inside the 25 to the 23. And Skylar Ford. Is that Brock? No, it is. PA man said Brock. I was pretty sure it was Skylar. Down to the 23. That's another 4-yard gain. He's up to 60 yards on 13 carries. That puts him at almost 800 rushing yards this season. Weston Paulson at close to 850 for the year, including today's 67 yards on 20 carries. Paulson the tailback now, and Ford on the right side, on the wing T offense. On a 2nd down, Jarrett Spencer fumbles it, but he's able to pull it back in right near the line of scrimmage. And for the Eagles, that keeps the clock running. So it's really not that bad of a play because they maintain possession and they keep the clock running. 3rd down and a long 6 for the Eagle offense on the right hash, leading 27-14. Looking to hold on here. Parowan won their first playoff game last week. The first playoff win in a bunch of years for Parowan. Here's Spencer, gives right side. Polson trying to break 3 from 1 tackle. Can't get through to the 20, though. He drags the man forward and picks up a short gain. Eagles will be about 3 yards short of the first down.
Also in on the stop, Ethan Murphy.
And Coach Miller will take a timeout there. Parowan's first timeout of the half. They'll have 2 remaining, 2:55 left to go. The Eagles will face a 4th down. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Ellingford Brothers. Ellingford Brothers in Evanston, Wyoming installs 5th wheel hitches, bumper hitches, and provides custom fabrication. They've got low prices, quality work, quick turnaround. They can travel to you within reason. Visit ellingfordbros.com for more information. And one idea for your holiday season, to give the gift of a custom Linex bed liner from Ellingford Brothers in Evanston, Wyoming. It's a custom bed liner, so it'll keep water out, which preserves the rust off your truck or keeps the rust off. It's the custom Linex bed liner. Gift certificates are available, and with very competitive pricing and high quality work, this could be maybe the best gift ever for your significant other, for your dad, for whoever it is that drives the truck in the family. 307-789-1515 for Ellingford Brothers in Evanston, Wyoming. 307-789-1515. That's Ellingford Brothers. 4th down and 3. Eagles, if they can pick up a first down here, this one is over. Parowan needs 2 scores. They've got to get a stop here first. Eagles. Spencer takes the snap, gives left side, and the Rams, the hit from behind. The ball popped loose, and the Rams have the football. I think it would have been enough for a first down had Duchesne held on to it. The hit from behind on, I believe, Skylar Ford was the ball carrier. With the ball popped out, and Duchesne with their first fumble of the game. Either way,
Fumble recovered by the Rams. First down.
That's their first turnover of the game for the Duchesne offense. Parowan takes over. And for an offense like they have, this is a tall task. Pitch right side to Porter Miller, following his block, stops, shucks off 1 tackler to the 20, out to the 23. And Duchesne can live with that, especially at this point in the game. Leading by 2 scores, 2.5 left to go. Porter Miller with a nice gain out to the 23. Quick huddle from the Parowan offense. 7-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 3. Same I formation. Wood fakes the handoff, runs to his left. He's got some room, and he'll tuck it and go. Pick up the first down to the 30, 35, pushed out, and steps out of bounds to stop the clock with a first down and more out at about the Parowan 37. Boy, Porter Wood showing some speed down the left sideline. That's a nice gain. Good read by Wood as he didn't have anybody open. Just tucked it and ran. 14 yards on the gain. Whistles will blow this one dead. Coach Cowan saw something he didn't like just before the snap. Takes a timeout. 2:11 left to go. Eagles looking to hold on, leading 27-14. Rams looking for the comeback with 2 minutes, 11 seconds left to go in the ball game. You're tuned in to Utah 1A Playoff Football presented by MyLocalRadio.com.
When you're buying and selling real estate, you want to work with an agent that knows the area and understands property values. You want to work with an agent that listens to what you're looking for and knows how to find it for you. And it's important to know all of your options. That's why it's smart to work with the best. Gary McKee and the agents at Bear Lake Realty in Garden City, Utah, helping folks buy and sell real estate for over 25 years. When you work with Bear Lake Realty, you're working with the best. Visit BearLakeRealty.com today.
Thank the guys from Strata Networks VTV providing our video feed today. See a little snippets of their ads as we jump back into the action at Stewart Stadium. Eagles on top 27-14. Rams looking for the comeback. Wood fakes the throw to the outside, throws over the middle. He's got his man across the 50, the 45. And catch and run. That's Tanner Johnson on the reception.
Completion is a first down in Eagle territory at the 45.
Into the Eagles territory at the 44-yard line. That's a 19-yard catch for Tanner Johnson. I believe his first reception of the season. And Porter Wood with another completion. Steps back, looking to throw again. Steps up away from the pressure. Good read and throws over the middle. It's picked off. Jaron Mortensen ices this football game. Wood was looking for, I think, Matheson deep down the middle, and Mortensen said, we're going back to the finals, boys. Wood, look at this. Great job to step up away from the pressure to his left, buys some time, throws it down the field, and underthrows his man. And Jaron Mortensen with his second interception in as many many possessions for the Parowan Rams. His second interception of the day. And Duchesne just needs to maybe pick up one first down since Parowan has 2 timeouts. 1:51 left to go. Give to Polson on the right side. From their own 23-yard line, Polson with a short gain out near the 25. And Parowan calls a quick timeout with 1:41 left to go. We'll take a quick one as well. You tuned in to 1A Utah Playoff Football on mylocalradio.com.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same day and next day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Scored 21 points in the first half. Parowan answered with 14 unanswered in the third quarter. But the Rams offense has sputtered a bit here in this fourth quarter, and Duchesne scored once in this final period. A couple of interceptions by Jaron Mortensen have all but sealed it for the Eagles, who have the football. A second down and 8. 1 timeout left for Parowan, and they give it to Mortensen. He's got some room to run, and he's got a first down and more across the 35 near the 40. And that will likely do it. Stops the clock for a moment. Mortensen, 9 carries in the game. That one goes out to the 40-yard line, so that's another 15 yards. Puts him at 53 rushing yards, plus 2 receptions and 2 scores, 68 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns, and now Duchesne in victory formation. Parowan has 1 timeout, but no use in using it as Spencer takes a knee. And Duchesne, the defending 1A state champs, the team that's won, I think, 5 state titles in this decade. If you add in another year, 2006, that's 6 state championships, including 4 in a row from 2010, 11, 12, and 13. Looks to get one more knee here, and we'll head back to the state championship game next week at Southern Utah University. Spencer takes another knee, and that might be all they need. What a battle. The Rams came out fired up. They fought hard in the second half. Cut the lead to 21-14, but that was as close as they would get. Parowan, 21 points in the first half. Or, excuse me, Duchesne, 21 points in the first half. Parowan takes a timeout. Stops the clock one final time with 33.2 seconds to go. Duchesne will have to line up one more time. Parowan cannot stop the clock again with a timeout. Invite you to stay tuned. Our coverage continues of Utah semifinal football. Kanab and Milford face off. That game is scheduled to kick off at 2:30. We'll have the coverage right here on mylocalradio.com. You can also tune in on KSL and DeseretNews.com. And The link is also available on Utah High School Activities Association webpage, UHSAA.org. Spencer on a 3rd down and 12. Again in victory formation. He'll step back, run a second off, and then take a knee with just under 30 seconds to go. Teams start to pat each other on the back, shake hands, and Duchesne starts the celebration as they head back for a 2nd consecutive finals appearance. Back to the state championship game next week at Southern Utah University. The Rams, what a season they've had. You look at what they did the last couple of years, in fact the last at least 4 years, well 3 years, losing seasons, 7, 7, and 6 losses in 14, 15, and 16. Lost in the first 2A first round of the playoffs in 2014. No playoffs the last 2 years, and they turned that around to this year, the #1 offense and #1 defense in Utah 1A football. They make it to the semifinals where they lose to the defending state champ Duchesne Eagles. The Eagles were led today by Weston Paulson's 2 rushing touchdowns, 72 yards on 22 carries. Jared Spencer, 2 touchdowns,